Hey all, Jim Murphy, Game Methuselah. While I got a little time here, we're waiting to get another game started. I wanted to give a little shout out to Jeanette, who bought Stargard at my recommendations, and then was asking me a little question about what were my favorite Avalon Hill games, and could I do little videos on them? And I thought, what a great idea! And so I thought I would start on this with one of my absolute favorites. Now, this is Speed Circuit, Avalon Hill. Now, Avalon Hill bought Win, Place, and Show and Speed Circuit, and maybe a couple other games from a company called 3M. So this is the 1971 version of the 3M game, which is essentially almost exactly the same. The only difference is some of the components. One of the best parts about getting one of these old ones were the cars. All of them had 3 of the maps in the basic game, and they had the components and stuff. They used little cheats for the Avalon Hill version, but the Speed Circuit version sort of had a little speedometer that you could use, which is kind of cool. And you adjust the speedometer and you kind of do it. But it's harder for other players to sort of keep track at it. So what happens, of course, with the Avalon Hill one is that you can have space to write down all your opponent's players' abilities and the like. So most real gamers like that. Now, the great thing about the 3M version are these things right here. They are 6 little metal cars that came painted one color. Now, of course, Game Methuselah, being, well, a painter, never leaves good enough alone. So you guys may have already seen, because I posted these up. These are the painted 3M cars that I and a friend of mine, Frank, painted a couple of them. And of course, you gotta have them painted because things have to look really trick. This is a real nice game. The greatest thing about it, and the maybe worst thing about it, is a multiplayer game. It really isn't too exciting with 2 players. It really is a game you want to get 4, 5, 6 of your friends together and race a game. 3 laps is kind of a normal race. You can play more. There are lots of additional rules, some house rules, some additional special rules came up for using pits, all kinds of things you can find on the internet, because of course the internet has everything. The really other thing about this game right now is I got all my friends down at the HMGS PSW Club in Anaheim. I got a bunch of them to play it. We were having all kinds of games, multiple players, 6, 8, 10 people playing it. It was lots of fun. And got friends like Frank to paint fit cars and the like that can, of course, look cooler on the track. But they all wanted it. And of course, the game's been out of print for decades. And my friend Frank said, I'll give you a ton of money for it. I'll come over and build your ADU. I'll do whatever you want. I want your game and I want all your cars. And I said, no, Frank, that's not going to happen. I mean, for me to give up something like this would have to be like life-changing for me. And I said, but look, let's go on eBay and just see if we can get you a copy, because, so I pulled up on eBay real quick. I popped it up. I looked at it. I said, oh, Frank, I'm really sorry. And he's like, what is it, like $200? And I said, $10. I was able to get 4 copies of Speed Circuit, 2 of the 3M versions, and 2 of the Avalon Hill versions. Some of them actually had the 3M cars in it. Some of them, the version that you're looking at here, had all kinds of special rules, all kinds of little magazines and things he had done, charts he had laminated, all kinds of really cool stuff. I paid $10 for the game and $12 to ship it to me. And we were able to get 4 of these for players. So I donated one to the club. I have a pristine copy of the original 1971 game. I now have a copy in much better shape than my original of the 1974, 76. I'm trying to think. Oh my gosh. I have to put on my glasses. I'm getting old. 1977 is when Avalon Hill reprinted it in their own box. This is a great game. If you've got a group of people who want to play a game, it's fun, it's fast, it's historical in the fact that you can think back to the old racings, you can look up stuff, you can get all kinds of different speedways. Those are a little expensive to get the originals, but really, truthfully, you can find them and draw your own even. I've seen people do it. It's easy. And I've also played this where people have drawn their own tiles and cut them out of like cardboard and made them for Matchbox style cars. So I've played it on a larger scale where you're using up a whole room. But just as it stands, it's a fun little group game. It's not complicated. It basically, you build your cars based upon your starting speed and acceleration, deceleration, top speed, and wear. And wear is how much you can sort of push your car before you have to roll dice on the various risk charts to see if you crash and burn. It's a great little game. I highly recommend it. And the reason I wanted to do it first for Jeanette here is because she asked about it. But more importantly, since I was able to get multiple copies for virtually nothing, I'd hop on and take a look. Other games are going to be in this category that I'd recommend is Win, Place, and Show, which is a horse race game, Regatta, which is a sailing boat race game. A lot of these games, amazingly, you can find on eBay for really nothing. I mean, you're gonna buy these games. You know, always make sure that they're showing you the interior content so the thing is in good shape. If you get it, you don't have like the printed charts or something, let me know. I can always make you copies and send it to you or something like that. But you should be able to find it on the internet as well, and you can just download it from that and use it. It's, you know, mostly that stuff's out there. I don't know if it's generally available as far as being able to download it, but the fact that you can get an original copy of the game delivered to you for like 20 bucks, I suppose, strikes me as a super, super bargain. This is a real cool piece of gaming history here, and one of my absolutely favorite games. Now, yeah, sometimes people don't love it, but sometimes you can get, you know, a whole lot of people into it, and it's just tons of fun. And it's a great group game. You get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people playing. People go crazy, and then it's all a matter of how much they want to risk everything and try to win. Because, you know, yeah, you got to be the winner, because that's the deal. I've made up season rules. I've seen other people's rules for different modifications for the charts, different top speeds, different eras. There's so many things that you can find online as far as what people have done to play this game. It's a great game. And it's a great game for the fact that you're looking at something that is, well, like 50 years old, but still holds up fantastically. And you can see this one. This is in still fabulous condition. And I'm sure it was played a bit in the mid to late 70s into the 80s. But like I said, games fall away, and Hasbro, you know, since it possesses all these products now, I just don't know whether they're ever going to be interested, because they sort of have it has to make $100 million deal for them to ever pay any attention to it. And I don't think that this necessarily would go that route, even though I think the game's worth every nickel. I just think you should take a look at it, and if you can find a copy online for somewhere around 10, 20 bucks, especially if it comes with the metal cars. Even if nothing else, you find it, there's a lot of the 3M versions from 71 available. Those are very cool. They play just as good, and they give you the 3 charts, and you can still then upgrade and do things and use the Avalon Hill boards and some of the Avalon Hill specialty maps you can still find out there. So I just wanted to show it to you and let Jeanette, I didn't forget about her, but this is one of my favorite Avalon Hills. There's a lot of them. By the way, if you're interested in our old games, we do have a site on Facebook called Gone But Not Forgotten Games. And it's on there, and we're always talking about different games, especially Avalon Hill or old vintage things that you might get a kick out of. So there you go. Have a good one. Until we have a chance to speak again, fight me, devils, fight, for I hate peace, and race on.